Hello friends, today we're going to be going over a video about a console peasant, and if you're really not into that, then you can go ahead and just leave this video. I mean, you can go ahead and no one will blame you. Even I don't blame you. There's a lot of cancer in this video, like a lot of cancer.
So you would think in 2018 that this whole stupid console versus PC war would be over with, but unfortunately it's not.
This person in particular is MandyLee Plays, and she's also on YouTube, which is how I got this video. But unfortunately, she's not very well informed. The PC versus console conflict has been going on for a while, but she's one that's been constantly stirring the pot, which deals a lot with her and her engagement with a lot of people that play on the PC side, and then confronting them whenever they state facts or whenever they have something that is worth valuable information to people who may think about switching from console over to the PC platform.
So I'm just gonna tell you why I think it should just die. For those who aren't aware or don't know.
God, these transitions and jump cuts are even making the anime man look like a fucking genius. I mean, just take your time. I mean, this is a rant, not like some expositional series.
This PC versus console thing has been going on for years, ever since like I could remember. I don't even think I remember a time when they were all in harmony, but
hey, let's not do that cringe fest where you start saying, well, they were living in harmony like it's a magical story, because that's like stepping into weird hyperdimension Neptunia levels of cringe, and we don't really need more of that because they're coming out with like 10 more games. Also, the PC Master Race is just a meme. You know, you say that it is an innocent meme, but it's really just a joke. And it was inspired by Yahtzee, who plays PC games, or at least he plays any game that's good, and he reviews them, even if they're bad games. And it was just a joke from 2011, which is pretty much where people took the joke a little too far. People take jokes a little too far, and it just happens to be that that was the one that people rolled with. So it's not that it's an innocent meme, it's just that people understand it and they like the joke. Just like how console players think that it's good to pay $60 a year for an online service that doesn't work sometimes.
it's been a while, and it all started with the PC Master Race meme, which was just a meme, an innocent meme.
It's an innocent meme all the way from the year of 2011. That's how that works, Mandy.
But it blew up into this whole like thing of the PC being superior, which I am going to say right now, the PC is superior.
Well, that's great news, Mandy. I'm glad that you agree that PCs are the superior platform compared to consoles. I'm glad that you came to this conclusion, and I hope that we can talk about this in the future. Except that you're not going to, because we still have a lot of video to cover, and you're going to make this really difficult on the rest of us.
But like everything else, is not so cut and dry like that. There are huge things you need to know about it to get into the PC, and it's not as perfect as it seems. And I'm not talking about all PC players.
Why did you do that weird jump in topics? First you were saying that the PC isn't what it seems to be, and now you're moving on to PC gamers, and now you're trying to explain that. So can we finish one topic first and then move on to another one? This kind of sounds like my videos, but in reverse.
I'm talking about the ones that, come off as the PC elitists, as you would like to say. I'm talking about those people, not just, run-of-the-mill PC players. This PC Master Race meme took a hit, and then, slowly and slowly, there's been like videos of PC players debunking what console players think about the PC, which was good at the time because there was stuff I didn't know the PC was, as accessible, or there's stuff that I didn't know the PC could do. I thought it was very expensive to start, which it is kind of expensive, but not as much as I thought.
So while you say that you've learned a lot about PC and how you've seen these PC players and how they debunk console peasants, like that should be a sign to you that maybe you should give a PC a chance, which you'll state later on in this video, but it's just the fact that whenever you see those, you start to open your mind a little bit. So why not just get the information that you want and then take that with you and then use it along the way, instead of always telling people that you're being bullied when they are legitimately giving you information to use. They're giving you a chance to get the information to then apply it to your next purchase.
So it did clear up misconceptions people had about the PC, because there was a lot of them. But now, fast forward to 2018, and it's like, okay, I think everybody and their mom right now knows the PC is superior. It's like one of those salesmen who keeps trying to sell you something, even though you say no, no, no. They still keep trying to sell you it. And the whole thing is that they're factually correct, which in some cases, yeah, they're factually correct, but there is more to why a person wants to buy a console or a PC than facts.
Yeah, I get it, is that people have a preference what they want to buy. Some people like the very basic level of playing a console where they literally have to buy a $60 game, or they have to go ahead and digitally install their games after paying $60 a year for an online service, or they could buy a computer part and then they have to wonder which parts they have to get. The only difference is that if you go looking for a PlayStation 4 Pro or an Xbox One X, you need to decide between those two which ones you want. PC gamers, especially ones like myself, don't always advertise and throw it in your face like a salesman would. We just like telling people that there is a cheaper alternative. We have options here on the PC platform. We literally have Steam, GOG, Origin, Uplay. We have other off-site places that you can go to purchase all of your games without having to go through any retailer you do not like. We're not locked down by what Microsoft says that you can install, and we're not locked down by what Sony says that you can install. Everything is open source here, where you can go to any of those retailers and get exactly what you want.
And that is where, like, most of the fighting starts. And my thing is, the PC isn't a console. I don't get why people don't get that. They're not the same. Yes, a PC, specifically a gaming PC, has the same platform, has the same, games and software, but at the end of the day, it's a PC that plays games.
This is an argument I've seen you use a lot on Twitter about how a PC isn't a console and consoles are getting closer to PCs. Well, let me go ahead and tell you right now that you need to stop with this argument, because it gets you absolutely nowhere. PCs are more than just for games or more for just something else. PCs can do a multitude of things. We can edit videos, much like I am right now. They can edit music. They can produce music. You can do your taxes on your PC. Hell, I can do anything that I can put my mind to on my PC besides playing a game. Playing a game is an option that I have to choose from. All I have to do is throw a graphics card in it and I can do it. Or in the case of the other build that I just made, I can just use an APU. These are things that my PC can be, and it's things that they do right out of the box. A console is a locked platform. It will only do one thing for you, and that is play games, unless you're trying to watch movies in 4K HDR, which, I mean, people sometimes do that, I guess. It depends on the person if you don't have an online connection, but you're really going to need that for a lot of the games that are coming out.
And a console is made for games. There's a difference. It's a huge gap. And another thing is, with these stupid console versus PC things, what is the end goal? Like, what is the end goal?
The end goal is really simple, actually, MandyLee. It's to inform consumers so that way they're not cheated or robbed out of their money by big corporations that do not care about you. And not to say that anything on the PC does the exact same thing, because sure, They are multi-million dollar companies. Sure, they may be worth billions, but they're not trying to cheat you out of something. And if they are, people on the PC will just go somewhere else. That's why competition exists. So if Gigabyte is doing something bad and awful, then we can just say, oh, well, Gigabyte's over here messing everything up. Then I can just go over to Asus and then I can get stuff from them. Like, that's how competition works. And if Asus is messing up, well, I guess I'm just going to take my business elsewhere, and I guess I can just go with PNY. I mean, there are a million other options here. With everything the way that it is, we're trying to inform you, the consumer. That's the end goal. So whether or not you play on the PC doesn't matter. Console players do not equal console peasants. Console peasants are the ones not willing to listen to change. They're the ones that keep listening to the stereotypical people like Colt Eastwood or Crap Gamer or JTech TV about how great these consoles are and how you should love your overlords at Microsoft and Sony and how you should always purchase their games day one. Over on the PC platform, we don't encourage those things because developers are getting shady. Even Rockstar Games, with their announcement of their just recent Red Dead Redemption 2, they were talking about making 2 game modes specifically for the special edition and nothing for the base game if you don't have enough money, which is already cutting off players from an already not even released game. These are things that we warn you about because on the PC Master Race here, you know, that joke, it doesn't happen because we warn other consumers and word gets around really quick. That's what the end goal is here, Mandy. Don't act like this isn't news to you. We've told you this a million times.
If you want, to me, it sounds like you guys want like consoles to be off the table. Why don't you just enjoy a game? Like, holy shit. And sorry I'm coming off as heated, but I am heated because the amount of stuff I see on Twitter about people like hating just because it's a console is so idiotic. Like, they talk about consoles way more than console players. Another thing that gets thrown my way a lot is paid online, which it's stupid because anyone who's on a console has come to terms with they gotta pay online once a year. There's ways around it, and there's ways to get, you know, a sale or a discount.
Whoa there, Chief Diamond Phillips. Let's slow down there. Let's go ahead and take in everything that you just said slowly. So you said that you could come to terms, all the console players can come to terms with paying a yearly fee of $60 and that sometimes you can catch a deal, you know, not paying as much for an online service. How about just paying nothing for an online service? Like here on the PC. I mean, that's also an option. You don't have to give money away to this multi-million dollar company that doesn't care because that's literally where they get money from. They don't get money from your console sale. Not at all. They operate at a loss that way. But where they really get you is if you play any of those games online. Because let's be real, you have to play most of these games online only. Why would you pay for a game a second time on internet that you already own and pay for? That's like me buying a steak dinner and then I pay them again to give me the sauce for that steak dinner. Why would I do that? That's not even remotely smart. That doesn't make any sense, Mandy. I mean, even if it's for sale and they say, well, you could try out gold for a month for $1, that's still a ripoff because that's $1 that I could go get a, I don't know, McChicken. Are they like still $1? Are they like $1.25 now? This is making me hungry thinking about this. Hang on a second while I like research this. Okay, I brought back results and the McChicken is still $1 whole. So yes, you can still get a McChicken for $1 instead of buying Xbox Live Gold for a month. That rests my case. Now, let's not forget that you said that it's like we wish that consoles never existed or we want to throw them all away. That is absolutely untrue because consoles do make up a good margin of people that play games, and it would be unrealistic for anyone to assume that we want consoles to just disappear and every man, woman, and child should just go out and get a PC. It's unrealistic in all aspects of life, and it would be retarded to even make that statement. It's just that we want people to be more informed and that we want people to get the best experience that they want. It doesn't matter if they own an Xbox, if that's what they prefer to play, and they don't really care about all the other stuff that PC has to offer. Who are we to try to stop them? But if they're saying all of these awful and terrible things, almost like you have, then yeah, that's where we usually step in. So don't get ahead of yourself there, MandyLee.
And it's not like the PC is totally free. So you guys are kind of being dishonest in that department because Steam is not totally free either.
Steam, a literally free to download application where you can buy any game that you want for the most part, and you can participate in it for free. You don't have to pay any fees to use it, is not completely free. You have to pay a $60 a year fee to use your computer online. I mean, the only thing I have to pay for is my internet. Are you retarded? This is the most basic argument that gets debunked every time a video comes out speaking out against console peasantry. Steam is 100% free. And to make sure that I prove this point to you, you can get any trading cards from games that support it. You can sell those cards from games that you don't care about. Use that money that you sell from that, and then use it for the trading cards to complete a set, and that helps you get more friends on your friends list, and then you go up levels. I mean, this is not a hard concept. You make it sound like nothing on the PC is free to make this fit into some narrative of yours that makes absolutely no sense. But keep going. I'm sure you're going to tell me all about it, aren't you?
So instead of debunking other people's platforms.
Ah, I see. We just weren't going to mention that again and never bring up the topic of why you were wrong. Okay, fair enough.
Try and inform other people about your platform. What are the advantages? Oh, actually, we know the advantages now. What are the disadvantages of being on the PC? Because I know for a fact that is not as, perfect as you guys make it out to be.
Oh, if we're trying to get some of the bad things about PC, I mean, I really don't like Windows updates all that much, and sometimes the drivers are just a little bit cumbersome. I mean, I don't like making them, but they do that on their own, so I guess it's really a trade-off. I mean, there's not really that many cons, but there's far many more pros to having a PC than there are anything else, even to consoles.
This thing is giving me a fucking headache sometimes. But I'm not gonna lie and say I don't want a PC. I do want a PC. I want to stream my games more better without the CPU going up the roof.
Here is what a multitude of people do with their laptops if they can't afford a actual PC for playing games. They take their computer, their laptop, and they use a capture card with it. So they connect their console to the capture card, and then they just take it and move it to their computer where you can see the video and things. And then you send that to Twitch or YouTube or wherever you prefer to send your video to. And that's how you stream it. That way it doesn't take a toll on your CPU, because everything that's in a laptop is pretty much a system on chip, similar to how a system like a console works.
And stuff like that. So I know I'm going to get a PC, but I don't think I'm going to game on it because, like I said, it's my preference to be on a console.
Then why even get a new PC in the first place? That's like saying you want a PC, a new PC, because the CPU is just too much. It's just not going all the way through the roof. I can't do anything with it, and so I want a new one. But that one's also going to go through the roof. Guess I'm going to keep playing my consoles. Why not just build a computer for literally the same price as a console, and you will get the best looking versions of any game that you can possibly imagine. Like I said earlier in this video, I spent $500 and I can literally beat any PlayStation 4 game or Xbox One X game by just frame rate and by graphics. It's not hard. Now, when it comes down to preference, no one can argue preference. People do prefer to play on consoles. They prefer just having a controller in their hand. They prefer to sit on their couch. But also at the same point in time, you can do those things on a PC. So preference is a thing that people have, but it's also a thing that the PC itself offers. So when it starts to come down to factual information, that thing that you don't care about anymore, that's when we're trying to tell you what you can and can't do on the PC and what you can and can't do on a console. We're not out here being, just untruthful to you. We're not being judgmental of people that play on a console. These are things that we've experienced, and these are things that we want to share with you, the fellow consumer, our friends, our fellow gamers. Not sit here and make a video about PC Elitist. Do you know what PC Elitists are? Let me go ahead and break this down for you because I got a couple of seconds before the next clip. PC Elitists are higher tier than people that built a $2,000 computer like me. And mine was built with the intention of video editing and playing games at the highest level possible. PC Elitists are higher than me, and they will laugh at my computer and tell me that I'm not good enough. PC Elitist, the ones that I think that you're trying to talk about, are the ones that spend thousands of dollars on their computers. The ones that they say they can launch a space program with. The ones that they run like just SLI 1080 Ti's or even quadruple 1080 Ti's. They run their solid state drives in RAID. They overclock their CPUs. They overclock their GPUs. They just run everything at the highest point possible. We're talking water cooling and like liquid nitrogen cooling. Those are the PC elitists, and they are the ones that make every PC gamer look like an idiot because they're the ones always having this dick measuring contest about who has the biggest computer rig and what they can do about it. That's not what we're about here at the very base level of PC gamers. Even the popsicle stick that you're having a feud with on Twitter is not a PC elitist. He is a PC gamer, just like I'm a PC gamer. Even Goth Kazu is a PC gamer. Most of the people that follow Fratanga, they're not just PC gamers, they're also console gamers. They're console gamers because they know that they eventually want to get a computer, but they know that they are perfectly comfortable with their console the way that it is, and they're not following, there's just all those things about crap gamer or whatever. They're not falling for this propaganda. And you're perpetuating it with making this video and spreading misinformation and being dishonest.
And I can't give you a factual reason why because there isn't a factual reason why. It's just because I like it, and that's most people's consensus. And so why do you try to beat a dead horse? Like, there's people for consoles and there's people for PC. There are different markets. There's something for everybody.
Oh my goodness, Mandy. Consoles and PCs are in the same market because they both get games. PCs get games and consoles get games. They are a part of the same market. Even mobile is a part of that market because mobile phones get games too. That's recently why Fortnite got released on mobile over on iOS. Like, this is the same thing. They are a part of the same market. But, I think you have more to just input into this conversation that you have no knowledge of, because that seems about all you seem to do on Twitter as well.
So just chill out. While there is still misconceptions or people still don't know, then it's okay to answer their questions and what now. But you guys are just hating on things just to hate. It's become very obvious that that's the fact.
When console peasants are always giving you pictures like God of War or Uncharted or even just other AAA titles that show how great the graphical fidelity of their console is, without any explanation or context, even if it's just from concept arts or even just still images that aren't in game. They throw those at us and they expect us to respond. And when we do, and we give them PC exclusives that look 10 or 20 times better because we have an open source and we can run them on a range of different hardware and we can get the most out of those games, that's what we respond with. And then we get into this whole argument. So it's usually the console people, usually the console peasants, that start and initiate this entire thing. And then we respond with factual information. So we're only being reasonable in this entire sense. So if that's something that's wrong, then feel free to point that out to the people that keep doing it. Because all we do is support the facts that we are given. This is what it looks like in the game. Not that God of War looks like the best looking game ever made. It's not. It's the best looking game on PlayStation 4. Most certainly. Of all time? No. You've not seen Star Citizen or anything yet.
So just enjoy your platform. Inform people about your platform and stop harping on consoles. When people try to like justify why they like consoles, you hit them with facts and stuff. Like, it's not about facts anymore. It's not about facts. Everybody knows the facts.
In all of the time that I've been watching other YouTubers like Rags or Fringy or Fratanga, I've never once seen them go after a console player about why they prefer their console over a PC. They've always went and found people that are spreading misinformation about consoles being better than PC because they're always wrong. They're riddled with untruths and they're always just spreading this cancerous disease about how consoles are just plug and play, without having to tell you that you need a $60 a year subscription to be able to play your games online, that you'll need to update all of your games, that you have to go through Microsoft and Sony to get your downloads and everything. Whereas if you go on the PC, those things are optional. You don't ever have to pay for your online connection, with the exception of MMORPGs, things like World of Warcraft and whatnot, but those aren't tied to anything else. As soon as you have internet at your house, you can use any of that to play your games. That's all. We're not getting mad over anything. We are just giving you the facts. And you say that the facts don't matter and the facts are irrelevant, but none of them have ever went out of their way to attack anybody that plays on console. So stop being a child about it.
Like, in today's world, there's so much shit going on in the outside world. Why do you have to have this superiority complex on gaming platforms? Like, especially calling it the PC master race and then calling console peasants. And then they get offended when you call them elitist, but then they call people peasants. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So that's why I think it should just die. It's not helping anybody. It's just causing arguments. If somebody really is not getting something, then just tell them. But don't, dogpile them.
Boy, does the pot call the kettle black. You literally went and you saw this tweet from this young man, and you didn't even respond to him about the original topic. You argued with him in the rest of this entire thread, which I'll link in the description.
With all these facts, and I say that in quotations because not all of them are facts, but there is a way to do it without making these videos and these tweets and just harassing people because they play on a console or they play on a PC. Like, no.
I hope you all see the irony in this, that she literally made a video talking about how to not make a video causing an argument and talking about PC elitism, but she literally just talked about PC elitist specifically, as though like the console peasants, there's just no harm, no foul. None whatsoever. Do you not see what you've done, Mandy? MandyLee, your entire channel is one giant contradiction. I know mine is, but at least I'm self-aware enough to know that my video quality isn't so great. But that's because I like to keep everything pretty minimal. Because I like to, not work so hard. But you just literally made a video talking about PC Elitist and why you need to talk to them. Because we're apparently the cancer of the gaming community. And then you said we all need to stop and come together as gamers. But all through Twitter, you've just argued with every single person you've come across. Even in the comments of this video, you accuse people of hating on you, and you told them to just grow up and that they're bullies, plain and simple.
No. So yeah, I just had a bunch of things that I wanted to get off my chest. Just wanted to say like what I thought about this whole stupid PC versus console thing, that it's not gonna go anywhere. There's no end goal. So like stop harassing people and just enjoy what you have and enjoy playing a game, because we're all gamers at the end of the day.
Mandy, I'm going to give you a list of people that you can go ahead and reach out to that would love to hear more about how we're just gamers and how we can just squash this entire beef, okay? First of all, you can start with Colt Eastwood, Crap Gamer. You can start with a couple of other people, JTech TV, other members of the PlayStation Legion. You can also start with members of the what are they called? I think there's something with the Xbox. I'm pretty sure you can find them. Don't worry, I'll write down this list for you so you don't forget.
We should focus on being gamers, not just divide us even more between PC and consoles, and then PlayStation with Xbox, and then Xbox and PlayStation with Nintendo. No, we're just all gamers. We just want to enjoy a game. And it's okay to be, passionate about your platform, but don't just go out of your way to be a dick because somebody plays on a different platform, and don't try to hide it like you're debunking or you're saying facts when no, you're not.
No, I'm not really hiding anything. I think this video that you've made is complete shit. And it's not because I think that like you're a bad person with bad intentions. I mean, you can be nice all you want, but I think this video is absolutely horrid. And I mean, you can look at your likes to dislikes and you can pretty much see that. But go ahead.
You're really not, because most of the reasons why people buy stuff are not because of facts, it's because of preference. So, yeah, that's just my take on it.
Yep, it was a take. It was such a great take that it had 19 likes to 45 dislikes on just this video, which, to be fair, is your only video that's like this. But all the other ones, they advocate for console priority, and you never really mention anything else about PCs. But you've been debunked, not just one time by a random person, Gothkazu, but you've also been debunked by Top Hats and Champagne. This is how far gone you've been down this rabbit hole. Like, you talk about how you want everybody to be gamers, but you don't understand that you're spitting this volatile stuff all over the internet. Like, I can't even pronounce it well enough because I'm so mad at you. This is so awful of you to do. I think that once you learn what you said wrong in this video, I mean, that's not going to happen anyways, let's just be real about it. When you find out what's wrong with this video, then maybe you can reflect on it and maybe you can get some more facts. And then maybe you can come out with another video, an amended video. But there's not too much I want to harp on. This video is already long as shit. It's almost 34 minutes. So with that, I'll just leave you guys to another day, and I'll make some more videos in the future. But one last thing before I go, I need to give a huge shout out to the Patreon supporters, which is Kasari, Timothy Harris, Hal9000, and Joshua Craig. Thank you guys so much for being Patreon supporters, and of course, you guys can become Patreon supporters too, and you can also have your name shouted out at the end of the video without a $50 tier like somebody else we know. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you'll also get some other perks too, I just have to work on those. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.